us a better insight whether or not we want to move forward with it?
You know, to be honest with you, let's process it after we hear the presentation and see if there's any other questions or comments. I have no problems with waiting one more meeting.
I'm good to go.
Okay.
You good to vote on it, everybody?
You prepared to vote, Dave?
I would think so. Are we going to hear what the? I mean, I'm not going to jump up and down either way. You know, I don't care. So what?
Either, I don't care. I'd rather hear what he says and then digest it.
That's fine.
But I don't care.
We can go ahead with the third reading as far as I'm concerned.
Third reading then. That is Sylvia. 13, Jan, the obligation to DPD.
Yep.
Oh,
I thought we already did
no,
that.
did
yeah,
that
that
one.
should be off.
I did that
I'm
one.
sorry, I didn't do a good cut and
Just
paste there.
skip to 14.
Yeah, just forget, yes.
So,
That's
It's not on the one that came in the
I
mail.
thought that was gone.
I looked at that and went, wait,
That's why I did the DPD.
they asked for more money or what?
14, this is the big box retail security issue, Mr. Mayor.
Keep it a second reading if you would, please. We have some changes that we're going to be offering. We've been meeting with the property owners. We've been,
now you're reading my crib sheet to how to keep it at second reading, so.
we can just say,
Motion to hold
just
this
motion.
Okay, that's it? Perfect. Thanks, guys.
Never
Yeah,
had a
the
hold
GPTV.
before.
Yeah.
No, I did not, so.
Exciting.
It's not on my crib sheet, I don't know how to do it.
So that's yours, obviously.
So are we
yeah.
going to get an updated version then? Is that what we're planning?
Exactly. We'll have, before the next meeting, you'll have our amended changes. And this is by way of having to meet with, I've got another meeting this coming week with Home Depot. And I just had a meeting with Developers Diversified, and I also have a meeting, hopefully we'll have the manager coming in from Walmart.
Oh, okay, great. That's great.
So moving on to 17, Jan, the ordinance for annual appropriations for salaries and wages.
That's on the second. We have our meeting on Monday for capital. And then we just got to pass it before the end of March.
Correct.
So we have time to discuss. There are questions that are out there that we'll have that information at the Monday meeting, as well as, Mayor, if you can remind all the department heads. I think they're all prepared, but
Okay, for Monday? Yeah.
otherwise they get zero.
Is that on the city calendar, or can we verify that there?
That,
All the meetings are on the calendar for the city, because I think last time I checked, they were not. I kind of rely on that myself, so it helps me.
I'll check right down there.
Moving on to 18, Mr. Engel, amending chapter 182, codified ordinances relative to credit for taxes paid to other municipalities. That's up for second reading. $19, I will take that
We're not
one.
ready to go to third on that one?
19, I'll take that one. Anyone opposed to 3 readings for Janelle going to the position of zoning inspector?
Isn't she in finance now?
She's moving out of there, but I believe the mayor talked about her in the last
Is that
meeting.
what you're talking about if it was on that calendar?
Yeah, we're making some changes. We're gonna be doing some, you know, the great thing about this whole thing is that we have been able to cross-train now individuals that now, Andrea's gonna go back over to finance department where she was prior to her moving into the building department, where she was now going back to payables and receivables, which is a good thing. So we got somebody that's already trained. Now she's trained in both areas. She's trained in building, and now she's also trained in finance.
And Janelle has a
And Janelle has her, Janelle's got her degree in planning. And so I'm excited about that because I'm looking down the road as to other things that she can do. We might be able to move her into doing a lot of planning things that we,
What's her degree in finance or planning? I guess I didn't realize.
she's a planner.
It's a BS or BA.
I'm not sure.
Yeah,
I'd have to check on that
It
one.
doesn't, you know, I did ask for, I did ask,
Well, it's BS, I would think, right?
no,
I was thinking
necessarily.
it's a,
I'm thinking it's a BA probably, yeah. But
Arts?
I'm not sure, so I.
but it could be
I
an
should say.
associate's degree. That's why I was
No,
thinking.
it's not an associate's, no.
No, she's a college graduate.
Yeah.
I just asked for the zoning inspector position description because I was surprised by 2 things. One, that, you know, I thought the zoning inspector would be someone who actually does all the inspections.
No. Totally two different worlds. Zoning inspector does zoning violations, the zoning inspector makes sure that they conform with all the zoning rules and regulations. Building department deals with building and construction of new buildings and properties.
I know, but
So
it
it's
appears.
totally different.
They've always been two separate.
Well, I get that, but
Dennis, this was Dennis's position.
Right.
Okay.
Dennis is going to be retiring very shortly.
it says,
Dennis was also plans examiner.
yeah, I know Dennis is retiring, but Dennis is an architect. So this is prepare inspection reports, reviews, approves occupancies, permit requests, and completes routine forms. He goes out and inspects these things too. Also. New residential construction, measures, photographs, and documents observations. I think that I'm surprised that we wouldn't get someone who has actually done this, which I don't think, she hasn't done this.
No, she hasn't, no.
Okay.
But everybody's got to start somewhere.
Well, I know, but
And I like to teach, I'm a mentor.
okay, but
The group you asked what the salary is, a salary position?
It's a salary position.
And what would the salary be?
it's 49,900.
Yeah, she's starting off very low. Dennis is, I think, is around,
Well,
What is she
She's
at now?
starting out at 23.
she's probably,
She's 1836.
Okay, so this is a big
So
promotion. for her.
that's a big,
about $36,000.
well, she's actually being given a much larger raise than I would have expected for someone who doesn't really have that skill and experience.
But she's also going to get the certifications, and she has expressed a desire and an interest in this job, so.
Well-
And she's educated, I think
Well,
that's the
Yeah,
big
it's
piece
a
too.
win-win for us,
And
because we
What
don't.
would you go to
Not
pay
only-
someone
not only
that
that,
is?
I've never
has
seen a
experience?
person that works as
I have nothing
diligently-
against Jonelle, don't get me wrong,
Yeah.
but
Well, we've had many discussions, and one thing that I said to Janelle, I said, Janelle, you're going to be tough enough to be in
yeah,
this
that's what
zoning
I'm
position.
concerned about.
Are you going to be able to get out there and deal, and you know, still waters run deep, and she's a quiet individual, but she's effective.
Well, I am, to start her at $23 an hour seems like a stretch. I can see you promoting her and if you feel that you're going to train her into something, but that's an awful big jump there.
Well, she's also going to be doing a lot of the planning division things, which
Well,
eventually going to work her into being our city
would,
planner, but.
would we be willing to look at somewhat lower salary than $23 an hour for
No, I don't think
starting?
it's fair to bring anybody into that position.
Well,
What was Dennis making?
Dennis is
Dennis
probably
is
around
out.
70, I think.
no, Dennis is
Considerably
an
higher.
architect and also has vast experience in inspections.
All right.
We're not bringing her up to where Dennis is at, so
Right,
we're
that's what
I'm
bringing
saying,
her
we're
much
starting
lower.
Okay.
Okay,
Then the final one will be Kevin, that'll be number 20, and that is the zoning administrative assistant going to Desiree.
yes.
You want to pose a third reading on that one?
Can I just ask one quick question? If Desiree is moving to building and zoning, which I gather is Kayla's position, who's taking Desiree's?
Well, we haven't gotten that all figured out, but we have interviewed, we have looked at people that may be able to come in and take that position. You gotta remember, that's always been filled by the part-time position, so
Right.
right now I'm letting Rhonda evaluate whether or not we need a full-time or a part-time person to assist in that area. We do have a payroll person that could jump in there and do some payables as well. We're evaluating.
That's basically up to Rhonda, their judgment, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
But for this, number 20, is Desiree moving to the building department.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Building and zoning administrative assistant.
Right, that's it.
So I looked at that position and it's administrative. That's all it is.
Right, I think from what I heard, Kayla started when she was just out of high school.
Yeah.
And the final motion, Jan, will
So
you
we're
take that
going to
one?
the third reading on there, I'm sorry.
Oh,
Yes.
absolutely.
Do we
I
want
think
to
that's
hold
the
off?
first time we've ever done Holy Thursday.
I'm just, because we need to make sure we're going to be ready to pass the budget before that. We may need that meeting.
My thinking is if, being it's Holy Thursday, we can cancel it. If we need a meeting, we will hold a meeting. We'll just pick another date.
Why don't we just do Monday then, or
We can
Wednesday?
always come in on the 17th.
But the
Oh,
23rd,
Dan,
right?
it's St. Patrick's Day.
Well,
Oh,
let's
gosh,
do
I
it Wednesday, the
forgot. My mother
23rd.
is rolling in her grave.
But I'm questioning whether or not we're gonna need it, so I think we'll have a better view Monday. We could discuss that Monday potentially
How,
So
and I don't mean to
I
be
don't think we
disrespectful for anybody, how holy is this day
What?
on that.
that we need to take off? I mean, is it, I mean, I don't ever remember being off school on Holy Thursday.
Yeah, I don't remember either, but.
I was asked to put it on the agenda, and I think it's a viable question.
I'm not saying it's not a
We do
viable
live in a religious
question.
community, and if people don't want to come to a council meeting on a religious day, I understand that that's not fair to them. That's more of my intent by putting it on here, that, you know, this is a community that does have quite a few churches in it, and Holy Thursday is observed, so out of respect for those folks, that's why I put it on there.
I'm just saying we should wait and see
Well,
where
we
we're
could change
at.
it by what day, the 23rd, and get out of the Holy
Right.
Thursday, Passion
Is that
Friday.
Ash Wednesday?
No,
No.
Ash Wednesday
It's
was,
already passed.
Kevin,
It's
you don't
40
wanna-
days
yeah, Kevin,
before
it's
Easter.
40 days before.
Kevin, just stop by your
Then it
head.
becomes a special meeting,
So how about
so
if
just
we-
so you know that, then it becomes a special meeting.
would that be more
It was a
meaningful? We just
joke.
change
It
it
was
to
raised
the
Catholic.
day before?
If that's,
That way, the Holy, we've never canceled for this, and I
Yeah.
understand why.
I don't have a
we
problem.
Well, Josephine,
What is that, quick?
she was saying that it's a special meeting, so I don't know what we have to do.
Hey, can we go back to 19? Are we holding that at first reading then, or what are we doing with that?
Yes, please, I'm
And
sorry.
who is doing that reading?
Who's opposed to third reading?
I would not like to go to third reading on Janelle. I don't think it makes any
Are
difference
you
on
opposed to a
Desiree.
third reading?
No.
Dave, are you opposed to a third reading?
Well, it takes, we need 4 people.
Right, that's what I'm asking your intent.
No, I'm not gonna hold it for a
Are
second.
you opposed to a third reading?
I'm okay with it.
Then I-
Janelle's
I'll
gonna
go
do
third
it.
reading.
I also know
It's
Janelle's
Molnar's gonna make the
background.
reading?
Correct.
Okay. Talk to us about if we try to change the meeting, is it, can
It
we
then
change
becomes
it?
a special, it just then becomes a special meeting.
So we
that's all.
could cancel this by
By
making a
ordinance,
motion.
you have regular meetings that are on the second and fourth.
Right.
When you cancel those, then you hold
Yeah, special
another
meeting.
meeting, becomes a special meeting.
So we
It's
can
already
make the motion to
7:30.
cancel it and then make another motion to
Have a
schedule
whole
a special meeting on the
and- But your
24th.
special meetings then become limited, and it's
23rd.
just to deal with ordinances. That also becomes a limited, it's not a full agenda like this.
Well, what we're concerned about is the budget, so it would be a special meeting on the 23rd to
Right, I'm not,
deal with the
I'm not
appropriation.
discussing what you're discussing, I'm just saying the format of it.
I know,
stays
that's
strictly
why I'm-
with business.
Okay.
I was
Yeah.
addressing the format for our current
Yeah.
concerns.
Have we ever
that work?
canceled for Holy?
Yes, we have canceled on Thursday.
Yeah, okay.
Folks, we're out of time, but I was gonna let you know quickly that there's gonna be a couple of motions I'm gonna make out on the floor for a few corrections, so I'll do that when we're out there.
What are you talking about?
There was one asked for the liquor permit that I need to ask to have it in our county, so we don't have to go.
Yeah, that's
all right.
under, yeah, I did put it on there under.
The liquor permit?
Anything else?
But I have my
Oh.
motion out there.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Okay.
No coffee?
And we're off.
I'm glad I went to the potty before.
Boy, do you look different.
I've seen her name, don't really think that's for Yeah.